Probably there has never been another man on this planet who moved as many people as Mahatma Gandhi moved with such simple ways.
Mohandas Gandhi was born on October 2nd, 1869 in Portimar, India. His parents were Karamchand and Putlabai Gandhi. As a child, he was a very shy and quiet student. He went to a primary school and always ran home once it was over. Books were his only companions. When he was 13, he was married to a woman named Katsura, who was about the same age as him. She was shy but pretty, and Gandhi enjoyed her company. Unfortunately, Gandhi's father came down with an illness soon after. He died when Gandhi was 16. He then began to think about what the rest of his life would be like.
He could not make a living. He got qualified as a lawyer. I remember what he wrote when he when he went out to fight his first case in the court in India. He says, "I stood up to argue my case and my heart sank into my boots." This was his expression. And of course he lost the case. Then he decided this law is not for him. He must seek some other profession because he doesn't have the courage to stand up and speak in a courtroom. Does that sound like Mahatma Gandhi?
As Gandhi continued to look for education and work, his eldest brother suggested he go to England to study and become a barrister. His mother did not want him to leave India, but she eventually relented. In 1888, Gandhi boarded a ship bound for England. Gandhi quickly found that England was very different from his hometown. He felt out of place and alone. The hustle and bustle of the large city was too much for him, and he almost starved before he found a vegetarian restaurant. However, he worked very hard and eventually passed the final law examination that admitted him to become a barrister. Throughout his 3 years in England, although he faced many new things, he had learned very much and would not forget the experience. Unfortunately, upon returning to India, he discovered his mother had died while he was away.
He went to South Africa to make a living, and he was doing okay as a lawyer. And one day he bought a first-class ticket in a train and got in. And he traveled some distance. In the next station somewhere, a white South African got in, and he didn't like a brown-skinned man sitting in a first class, so he called the ticket collector. Ticket collector said, "Get out." Mahatma Gandhi said, "I have a first-class ticket." He said, "It doesn't matter, just get out." He said, "No, I have a first-class ticket, why should I get out?" So they threw him out of the train. His luggage and everything, they just threw him out. And he fell on the platform and he just sat there for hours. Why did this happen to me? I bought a first-class ticket, why am I thrown out of a train? Suddenly he identified himself with the larger predicament of the people. Till then, his survival, his law, his making money was all important. Suddenly he identified with a much larger problem that existed.
Gandhi landed in Port Natal, South Africa in May of 1893. He quickly discovered Indians were treated with little respect there. After the incident with the train, Gandhi resolved that he would fight to stop the injustices he saw in the world. This led him to begin developing one of his core principles.
It was in South Africa that Gandhi came up with the idea of satyagraha, the idea of firmness and truth, which became one of the key underpinnings of nonviolent resistance. When Gandhi returned from South Africa to India, he was committed to winning independence for the Indian people.
Throughout the next few decades, Gandhi acted on this and promoted his ideas through nonviolent disobedience. One of his most prominent acts was the Salt March of 1930. On March 2nd, just a week before his famous march, Gandhi wrote a letter to the Viceroy, Lord Irwin, sharing what he planned to do and trying to convince Irwin to change the condition of India under British rule. Unfortunately, he was unsuccessful and was forced to carry out one of his biggest acts of nonviolent resistance in history. The march began on March 12th at 6:30 in the morning. Gandhi set out with 78 volunteers to the coastal village of Dandi. He led the march through village after village, preaching to the peasants and gaining many more followers of the march. The march lasted 24 days. The government did not take the risk of arresting Gandhi. The procession grew with each passing day. News reporters came from all around the world to record and share Gandhi's salt satyagraha. Finally, they reached Dandi on April 5th. There, Gandhi and his followers went to the shore and officially broke the salt law by picking up salt left from the sea. By this example, Gandhi caused people all around India to begin illegally manufacturing salt. Eventually, the government retaliated and began arresting many of the leaders who led the breaking of the salt law. Gandhi himself was not arrested until he informed the viceroy of another raid he was planning to do. This was the last straw, and Lord Irwin made the decision to act and put Gandhi in jail. However, he seemed now to be even more dangerous. Outbreaks of civil disobedience were taxing the British. The government was in distress and finally had to release Gandhi. Immediately, Gandhi requested a meeting with the viceroy. It was granted. As the next years went by, Gandhi continued to make negotiations and lead nonviolent protests. The country gained small steps toward independence. Finally, Gandhi's dream came true. On August 15, 1947, India officially gained independence from Britain.
Gandhi was ultimately successful in inspiring people to act by emphasizing the importance of nonviolent direct action protest.
Never before another conquering force on the planet has been made to vacate the land where they had taken roots without firing bullets at them or killing them or anything like this. Never before such a thing has happened.
Unfortunately, just a year later, on January 30th, Gandhi was assassinated while conducting a multi-faith prayer meeting. His death was felt all around the world. Over 1 million people came to mourn his death at his funeral. But Gandhi left a legacy that will never be forgotten. He believed in respect. He believed in justice. He believed in equality. And he believed in peace.